Hello and welcome to the John Ark Show. Today's episode is called Smart Crimes. Before we begin, I want to encourage you to subscribe, like, comment, and follow us. Also, remember to click on the notification button so you can be notified every time we upload a new episode. We have a lot of great celebrity interviews as well as fantastic news stories coming up, and we look forward to you seeing them. Also, I'd like to tell you about a service called HollywoodIsCalling.com. It's a great service that allows you to purchase live phone calls with your favorite celebrities, so check them out. It's something you can buy for yourself or as a gift for someone you love. Now, let's get started. The problem in America isn't crime anymore. It's smart crime. So you may be asking, what is smart crime and why should you care if you're not a criminal? Well, smart crime is a relatively new phenomenon that removes the random, unplanned, and chaotic nature of most crimes and replaces it with an elevated level of organization, determined professionalism, high technology, and brilliantly planned criminal activity that, when executed at its highest level, causes the victim to either A, not even realize that they've been ripped off, or B, conclude that someone other than the person that actually stole from them committed the crime against them. In fact, you can say that the primary goal of smart crime is to incorporate a level of misdirection that is so clever that neither the police nor the victim really ever figure out who performed the crime and how they did it. You have to understand something, and that is that at this level of sophistication, the only thing that criminals love more than committing a crime or stealing your wealth is when they are able to successfully have someone else blamed for their crime. They love that. There are some people who estimate that a third of the people in jail are not only innocent, but they've been set up by whoever really committed the crime they went to jail for. Whenever this happens at the individual level, the corporate level, or the national sovereign level, successfully blaming someone else for a crime that you've committed is arguably one of the most impressive skill sets that any criminal, defense lawyer, politician, or nation state can demonstrate. So let's start at the local level with local criminals who are getting really good at home burglaries, car thefts, bank robberies, store robberies, and countless other crimes. Except for unskilled, low-level street criminals, more and more crimes are now being committed by organized criminal groups. And what really differentiates them from the unsophisticated and the idiotic street criminals is their use of technology, social media, high-level planning, and their use of surveillance equipment. Let's take car theft, for example. Back in the day, cars used to be stolen by mentally defective teenagers who would knock out a window, hotwire the car, and then drive off and take it for a joyride or drop it off at a chop shop and sell it for a fraction of what anybody else could get for that same car. Those days are long gone now. Now you have highly sophisticated and organized car theft teams that will go out and steal cars without even damaging them. They'll accomplish this by using a $100 electronic scanning device that they can buy online that allows them to walk up to the car and electronically open it and electronically start the engine right up. Some of these car theft rings will start out at 9 a.m. in the morning and steal 50 cars by noon and then spend the rest of the day getting drunk and playing video games. They'll make $500,000 a week committing car thefts and never really worry about getting caught because they know that jail sentences for car theft are a fraction of what the sentences are for selling drugs. Next, we have the wonderful world of ID theft and bank fraud. Back in the day, people used to rob banks by putting ski masks over their faces, and then they'd walk into a bank and quietly tell the bank teller to put all the money in a bag and give it to them. That's now considered a really stupid way to rob a bank. Organized identity theft and bank fraud teams will now hit a dozen banks or ATMs in a few hours and do it so effectively that they almost never get caught. What they'll do is they will purchase a couple thousand stolen identities and credit card numbers online on the dark web. They'll download that information and use it to print up hundreds of counterfeit cards, credit cards, which they will then take to various ATM machines around town and withdraw money from. They know that the bank computer systems will monitor ATM withdrawal activity during the day, and that it'll take them a few hours to catch on and realize that something is wrong, but by then it's too late. The ATM theft rings will only work for a couple of hours in the morning and then quit by noon before the bank computers realize what's happening and are able to take steps to mitigate those thefts. The next day, they will print up another couple of hundred fake ATM cards and then hand out a list of new ATMs that each team member is assigned to hit that morning. The reason they don't want to allow individual team members to go to the same banks day after day is because they don't want the bank surveillance cameras or security guards to recognize the thieves or the vehicles they drive in. By controlling which thief goes to which ATM each day, they can reduce the likelihood of someone being recognized from a previous robbery. Now, a large city like New York or LA can have as many as 25,000 ATMs throughout the city. So they will just keep working a grid of new machines each day in a way that minimizes the possibility of detection. Next, we have the world of home burglaries. It used to be that when your house was robbed, chances are it was hit by a stupid teenager who was looking for some jewelry or drug money, but those days are gone for the most part. A lot of professional home burglar teams are now employing a level of sophistication that would make some military operations jealous. First of all, they will begin with surveillance. If it's a high-end home they're preparing to burglarize, then they will start by hiding a few trail cameras with night vision in front of the home or around the home. They'll monitor the video and the photos from that home for weeks to figure out what the family schedule is, what the individual family members look like, when do they come and go, all of that. They will also check the social media of the homeowners to see if they're stupid enough to talk about upcoming travel plans or events they're going to be attending so they can rob them during those times. Then on the day of the burglary, they'll enter the home and bypass or deactivate the home alarm completely. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, it must be really hard to bypass a home computer. I'm sure that's something only sophisticated alarm specialists do in the real world, right? Wrong. It used to be hard. Now, all you need to do is go to YouTube and watch some of the countless instructional videos on there that show you how to jam, bypass, or disable a home alarm system. It's so easily done in these videos that it's disturbing to watch them. What about financial fraud? Well, back in the day, that usually meant creating fake checks and then cashing them in person at a bank or a liquor store. Not anymore. These days, you don't even need a computer to rob somebody. You can do it with a prepaid smartphone. Do you know there are apps and software programs you can purchase online on the dark web, which will help you create fake checks and deposit them directly from your phone? You don't even have to go to a bank or a check cashing store. You can do it all from your phone. And when you're done, you just throw the phone away and get another phone number and another prepaid smartphone and repeat the process. Have you ever gone to a phone store or a Best Buy and seen someone buying half a dozen phones at the same time? 9 times out of 10, they're going to be using those as burner phones, which means that they'll be used to commit a one-time crime, and then the phones will be wiped of all their data and destroyed or thrown away. Welcome to the new age of criminal capitalism. With that, I want to thank you for watching and tell you that we're going to have more great celebrity interviews coming up, and we're going to be breaking more news stories in the future. So we want to encourage you to subscribe to our channel and click on the notification bell so you get notified every time we post a great story. With that, we'll see you soon.